My name is Howard Chang, and I am the Senior Product Manager at First American. And presenting along with me is my colleague Kenny Dang, who's the lead software engineer, also at First American. For those that don't know, First American is a leading provider of title insurance, and we offer a broad range of property and mortgage-related services to clients and homeowners around the world. Working in the mortgage industry space, our main customers are large financial institutions or banks, and many of them own their own proprietary systems. This required our workflow to be nimble enough to fit their needs and nuances, and instead of recreating a unique separate workflow for each of these companies, or providing a one-size-fits-all product, the configurable or modular approach allows us to customize which and what services we provide. So when we break down these workflows into bite-sized modules, this allows us to be more nimble and agile, and because the processes can now be maintained in a smaller module versus a larger product. And finally, to reduce the maintenance effort and costs, building it into these smaller modules again is able to reduce maintenance efforts and costs because it allows us to zero in on the specific underlying issue and fix that exact component.
Let me just start out by saying that Camunda is at the heart of the configurable workflow solution that we built. We use Camunda to orchestrate basically everything in this a la carte pattern that we are using here at First American. So due to the flexibility provided by Camunda external task pattern, our team of engineers with varying background, programming background in that, can contribute at the highest level. It doesn't matter what the engineer are well versed in, would it be Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C#, you name it, right? The engineer can contribute using their language of choice. Additionally, pairing Camunda with the cloud serverless offering, we are able to eliminate the needs to manage any of the underlying infrastructure to run Camunda worker, the database, everything, right? So our Camunda engine is hosted in AWS ECS Fargate, and our workers are currently running in AWS Lambda. So as business evolve, being in the cloud also allow us to scale our workers and our engine effectively and easily. At a high level is like this, right? A client would place an order with us through various means, including system-to-system integration via an email, a phone call, or they can log into our fulfillment system directly and place an order there. At which point our fulfillment system will generate an event which will start the orchestration workflow. Once the feature workflow completes, the orchestration then loop back to the beginning here and determine what the next feature to run. And then we'll repeat the process. So if there's no additional feature to run, the orchestration workflow will then end, thus completing the fulfillment lifecycle of the order.